Morning, everyone. Dawn will be along shortly. I had some problems with Messenger this morning on my iMac. I went to send her the link, and it said she wasn't available. Here she is.
Hi.
Yeah, stupid. My iMac said you weren't available, and I'm like, oh no, what's happened? And then you messaged
Oh,
me. I'm like, what the heck?
I know.
Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Cordelia.
Good morning.
Morning, Dawn.
I'm sorry. I was like, and I didn't notice it in the email this morning when I was
Got
looking at
you.
email. So I was like, oh, I
Yeah, I
guess I'll go
didn't
back.
think to check you on my phone, but the link, I use my Mac to broadcast. So today I'm going to be reinforcing pages because they're going to be sewn together. I want the centers to be nice and sturdy. So I'm going to be reinforcing them in various ways. What are you doing this morning?
I am building a new journal, but I am using a book and I'm
Cool.
just leaving. I'm leaving. Usually, when we use a book, we gut the middle and we just use the cover and then
Mm-hmm.
we fill it ourselves. But this time, I am going to leave the book intact. I just pulled out pages
Cool.
and I'm going to build the pages in the book with the book.
Great idea.
So, yeah, I saw a video by a girl, Rhoda Burke. I don't know if you've heard of her,
Mm-mm.
but she did some like this, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. It saves so much work. You can see that it really. Oh, my camera is like way up. Sorry. You can see it takes a lot. You take a lot of pages out,
Yeah.
so I go like every 3 to 5 pages, and then I pull out like 6 to 8 pages, and then go 3 to 5 pages and pull out 6 to 8 pages. So it really brings it down to kind of skinny. But we're gonna when we add stuff, we're gonna fill it up.
Fatten it.
Fatten it up.
Fatten it
That's
up.
right. That's right. And so I was rummaging for a book this morning. That's what I was doing most of my morning, rummaging for a book that I could use that had no bad words because, or, well, not that my books have bad words.
How about no negative words?
No negative words, something that might come up, especially where I'm using the actual book pages. So,
Right.
yeah, I had, it's different if I use them and I'm going to painty page them up or something.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what I've been
Cordelia
doing.
wants to know if you tear the pages out or if you cut them out.
I did tear the pages out, and I actually was lucky. I got some nice clean tears. But the solution to covering the tears, because you can see like where I tore here, can you see the pages, like the little tears? Um, I'm going to cover that by making a pocket and folding it over that where the tears are in the pages, so you won't see any tears.
Perfect.
So yeah.
You guys may have to excuse me time to time this morning. Mike and I both have some sort of a stomach bug.
Oh, I'm still not feeling good from earlier this week. So I'm beginning to wonder if it was really the salad or if there's something going around.
Right? Um, I don't know. I have a lot of conversations with Mike about food handling because we share the cooking details. And
Right.
sometimes I think that, yeah.
Trust me, I get it. If you know what I mean. Uh, yeah.
I'm using washi tape, but I'll probably use something else as well. Maybe more paper glued in.
Nice.
Oh, thank goodness it's Friday, even though I'm retired and it doesn't matter.
I say the same thing. I think I said this to you before, even though I don't work. It's like a relief when it's Friday. I don't know what the deal is, why it's any different, but I think it's because it's a business.
Amelia?
Elliot's sweet husband. Oh, I think it's because even though there's no work, you still have business days. You know what I mean? You still have to do business.
True. Very true.
Yeah. Oh, let me grab some pages here. So I am grabbing a bunch of my gel print pages that I did.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to use those to cover some pages. Oh, Dawn, what are you thinking?
These I'm comfortable with. This one seems like it'll be it. Nope, it's not going to be okay. Let's do, I'm going to do another idea here.
I picked a small book too because I thought this is my first time doing it this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured I'm more comfortable. I don't know what it is. I'm more comfortable with a smaller book.
Fair enough.
And I also figured it's closer to the sizes of my gel prints, even my smaller ones. So I could utilize them in this book. So...
Perfect. Hi, Lala.
Hi, Lala. Sorry, you guys. I didn't stream to my page, my channel today.
Yeah, I think something's going on with Facebook and Instagram. I was looking at a friend of mine's post this morning, and she had 10 pictures, but 8 of them just had this weird circle on them.
Huh.
So I think there's an issue.
Probably. I've been a little brain fogged this week. Anyway, like I said.
You know what? I was supposed to do a giveaway last night. I completely spaced it. I don't even remember what I was giving away, but it's from last Thursday.
Oh gosh, I don't remember either.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the video replay so I know what I'm giving away. Anybody remember?
Was it a die? Was it a die that you got?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember at all. Oh, that's awesome, Gaz. Yeah, Tiffany has some great alcohol ink videos.
Oh, you'll have fun with that, Gaz. Oh, I need to adjust my camera. I'm not even set up straight. There we go. Oh my God. See, I'm so off. My camera is off. Oh.
Okay, I'm just going to fold you so you'll fit in here, you little stinker. I can't even remember what the topic was of last Thursday's live. That's bad.
Well, you've got a lot going on.
I do.
Your design teams and stuff, and just the Kendra's design team thing. I'm like, man, That's like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there is. Well, I just posted, pre-scheduled my last video for the quarter, other than our live, because I like to stay on top of that stuff.
Yeah.
So as soon as I receive the product, generally I'll do the video and then, just schedule it. Dawn's not multi-streaming today. We kind of had a hairy morning.
Yeah.
So some of these pages ripped and degraded when I put them in the coffee. I'm just kind of making sure that they stay together when I go to sew this together. These seem like really thick pages, these magazine pages, but they also crack. And if they crack, that means they can tear. So they're getting reinforced.
Now we can glue.
Yep, photo paper works. I also do alcohol inking on Cricut vinyl.
Oh, I remember that. And I just found a piece of the cardstock that I covered with vinyl to ink on. I love that technique.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to be decorating most of these pages before I sew the journal together. That's almost going to be the last step.
Oh, come on. Go out of there. Oh, I love it. I'm going to be able to use some of my calendar pages in here too.
You know what's cool you can do with UPO if you never saw my video, Gaz, is you can do the design, and while the ink is still wet, lay a regular piece of paper down onto it, then clean it off with alcohol and do it over and over again. So almost like a gel press. Hi, Mary. You're in Missouri now for a few weeks.
Ooh. Hi,
She brought her glue stick and scissors. Cool. That's awesome. Slash postcards. Okay. Now this, I don't know what. Oh, this I must have done a gel print on. I can't tell what I did to it, but it definitely needs help here.
I loved being on vacation, but I did go a little crazy without not having my craft supplies.
Come on. Did you miss the bad weather there in Missouri, Mary? They saw some this last week.
Yeah, I've seen on the news the terrible tornadoes.
Yeah, we had one roll right down through our downtown area.
I couldn't believe that when you said that last night. I was like, oh my goodness. In Alabama too. Wow.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad it stayed away from your house.
Me too. Okay.
We've had super rainy weather this week. That could be why I've been in a fog too, because that always seems to make a difference.
Hail in Abilene, Kansas City, or Kansas, or wherever KS is. I'm super
Kansas.
geographically challenged. I'm smart with a lot of things, but not that. I used to get in trouble when I worked at Verizon because I had trouble with time zones. I could fix your phone, no problem, but tell me what time. No, not happening.
Yeah, Willie he's really good with history and geography, and he'll watch the news and I'm like, where is that again? Is that near like India, or is that near Africa? And he's like, he looks at me with his head tilted like, seriously? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm totally challenged when it comes to figuring out. Ooh, I like this side. Figuring out where places are. No, I like the blue, but I like the pink.
I gotta be right back.
Okay, no worries. I'll hold down the fort.
Hold down the fort, please.
I'll be in Kansas. This is the site of Eisenhower Boyhood Home Library. Oh, that's really cool. What a neat fact. Interesting fact. And Cordelia cut card stock for card bases, brought my mini scoreboard to work with me so I can get them ready to make cards. Oh, that's smart. Very smart. Yeah, I have a little scrap bag that I used to take when I would go crafting to my friend's house. I've emptied it out. It's been empty for years, actually. I should pack it up with basic supplies that I can use, but don't use often in my craft room. I think that was the thing that was the pain, is I would pack it up and then I'd have to unpack it, when I was home for things. But I should put like my spare cutter and other things in it, so when I go places, I can do things. So there we have a pocket, and we can't even see the, and the wrinkles will come out over time because we'll close the book, But it looks really wrinkled on this. Oh, you know what? It's probably this because I didn't glue all the way here. Oh, come up, come up. And now I have a wrinkle. Let's see if I can tear this. Oh. Pull that wrinkle out. There we go. Well, that's all right. It kind of fits, kind of goes with the day. Everything else is a flub. Just adds character. I'll have to put a border or something there. And I also am going to ink around the edges of things a little bit. But there's a pocket, a tuck spot. Really need to find some different pages. Good morning, Tiffany. Welcome in. we are just putting together junk journals. I think Tracy is putting pages in hers, connecting pages. And I am transforming a book into a junk journal by using a lot of my gel prints to cover pages. And I pretty much gutted the book. Oh my goodness, they're so fun. And where you do all your alcohol inking and stuff, gel plate printing with your inks, you could use, it gives you an opportunity to use all those if you don't put them on cards, especially ones you might not like as much for cards. It gives you the opportunity to still use them someplace, because even smaller ones, you could collage them and use them on a page. So I guess my big thing is I really need to cut down several of these. What did I say?
Okay, I'm back.
7 1/4. Welcome back.
Hey, good morning, Tiffany. Good to see you. It's early for you, huh? Kids already off to school, or are they done?
I can't remember. Do you homeschool still, or did you homeschool, Tiffany? I feel like she homeschooled.
Hey, Amalia.
So
I can't put my gloves on until my hands dry completely. You guys are just going to have to look at the scariness here.
It's not scary.
It is for me. Snag that sucker and that's going to hurt.
Yeah, scary if you, scary. It would be scary if you were to snag, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Not scary to look at, though. I'm admiring your pages.
They have a lot to go. Look at this hot pink one. I don't know how that happened. Was it a roll off or what?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's her daughter that she homeschools, and her son just left for high school.
The olden days. I know. I honestly do not miss it. My son, when we moved to Huntsville from Oregon, the area where we live, the school is not so hot. So anyway, I got him into the good school in Huntsville, and which meant from grammar school through middle school and high school, I had to drive him back and forth to school every day until he was probably a sophomore in high school. And I'm like, dude, take the bus. And I finally ended up having to homeschool him anyway because he just got into a lot of trouble. They started giving laptops, and he, I don't remember, he did something horrible with his laptop, but I don't remember what it was. They're like, we don't want you here anymore. Okay, that's fine. We'll homeschool. No big deal. I always wanted to anyway.
I loved it. Mine went to school until, well, Adrian was in 5th grade and Ashley was in 7th grade. And she is the one that asked to come out first, which was surprising. I thought, what the heck? But it's kind of, that's like an awkward age too, when you're transitioning from like the grammar school to the, middle school and high school.
Yes.
And the schools from the other towns come together to the one.
Right. Well, depending on where you live. But yeah.
Depending on where you live, I guess. Yeah.
We have probably 5 or 6 high schools in this town. Huntsville's really big. It's like, I would compare it to, I guess, not really Los Angeles, but
Morning, Rhonda.
Oakland. Hey, Rhonda.
Oh, wow. Well, Adrian, when she heard Ashley wanted to stay home, she was like, I want to stay home too. So I was like, oh gosh, am I going to do this with 2 kids at home? But I did it. So Adrian jokes with people, telling them that she's a 5th grade dropout all the time.
Well, I personally went to a private school. It was basically a commune. So I didn't really spend any time in actual high school.
Ah. So I like that. That was a good use of the gel plate, the gel print, and it matches the purple
Yeah, it does.
Page. If I want to use the other half. And I have some pages clipped because those this is what Rhoda showed in hers, is she clipped them to remind herself which ones she wanted to use as pages, use the pages as the whole pocket from the inside. So I thought, oh, that's a good idea. And I picked up some cute paper clips.
Aw, those are so cute. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Afternoon, evening, whatever. I think it's probably your evening.
Hi, Michelle. Ooh, Cordelia coffee dyed some paper last weekend.
Right on.
That's kind of working on my junk journal, right? She says, of course it is. No, the weather's getting nice here. I'm thinking of dyeing some paper soon because I hang them outside.
Do you? I just leave them in a pile and, for weeks, and then they're dry. But then I have to, I can't do too many at the same time.
Right. That's what happens to me. I go and go and go until I have no paper or no dye. So I need the room, so I always move to outside.
Well, I do like to echo dye outside. Now that's fun because obviously you kind of need to.
Right. I like taking the stencils and putting them on the paper and then spraying with the dye, so you get like the stencil impression.
Right.
That's always fun.
Okay, next up, I believe I'm going to do some paper attachment here. I have here my art stacks, and I have a video. It will probably come out later today. I need to do a voiceover of the unboxing of these walls and weathered walls and doors and windows. There's some really neat pages in them.
I saw that released. Whoops. Saw that released, and I was like, oh man, those are gorgeous.
This is acetate, so I don't know.
These are the newer ones, right? The walls and doors and walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was following them on Instagram, and when she was doing the new release reveal, and I was trying to guess the most popular designer. I got to go back and look, but she's like, look,
the doors and windows one. So there's another.
Oh, the first
second
one.
edition.
Oh, so that was the clue, because she was like, Crafty, look at the clue. I added a clue, and I'm like, oh, well, I have no clue. So.
Okay. Well, that's not a bad idea, Cordelia. I have seen other people that do it like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a glass jar that I sometimes just put a scoop of the instant coffee in and add some distilled water. And then I just swirl it around and I will brush it right on.
I can't be asked. That's too much work. It's 10:30 p.m. Friday for Michelle.
Ooh.
I think it's probably nighttime for Lala as well.
Yes. Same. I would say it's about the same time for her. I think she's 12 hours ahead of me now.
We already had that conversation about time confusion.
Yes.
Oh, I got that a little too big still. It'll be fine. Let's see. This is fold in half. That's the main thing. Will it fold in half? Nope, I need to trim it a little more. That's okay if you set aside your project, Cordelia, because sometimes you just need to feel inspired, you know, and especially in the case where there's nobody, you know, there's no deadline, there's nobody telling you need to get this done other than that little voice in your head that you need to ignore. All right. Try and get my gloves back on because I don't want to have to scrub my hands with harsh soap. Look at you using a paintbrush to paint your glue on. I just do it with my fingers.
Well, I did it. I could have done it, I guess, with my fingers in the corners. Something more contrasting. But for the big page, I'm trying to think of what I want to do for a theme for this. That's going to kind of determine what I choose for my papers.
Right, and colors and stuff. Sometimes I drive the theme, and sometimes I let the theme drive me.
Yeah, well, we're going to see what happens. I guess it will be after I get things in and I notice. But I'm trying to be mindful.
Wow.
I really want to do a rose journal. Willie just bought roses for his rose bush. Really nice one. The Imperial, I think he said it's Imperial. The red roses. Rose bush for his mom for Mother's Day.
Oh. I got something from Mac he sent me. There's no instructions with it. It's this pair of socks with like weird toe things and little markings all over that say what part, and these little massage tools. So reflexology socks, but I have no idea which foot goes on which.
Huh. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's got like a acupressure point, like
Yeah,
that it
that's
does.
exactly what it is. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of paint here.
Where did my page go? Here. I guess that is the one. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. I love the sound of the brayer.
Yes, Lala. I really love working with my hands. You know, fingers, whatever. Let's just roll this off.
Yes.
There.
Oh, I gotta put it on all messages. I think I'm missing some. There, let's see.
Okay. And I should have swapped out this mat because you can't. I don't like to put heat on here. I've already warped it. I ordered a white one because they were on sale at scrapbook.com.
Oh, you
Mat.
know, yes. Do you notice my pink mat is not on my table?
What happened?
Oh, I heated on it, and that's what I did. I warped it.
Warped it, yeah.
I'm like so bummed. I'm like, darn it.
Oh, I can definitely just hold this up and blow against it.
Oop. So this is my decoupage brush.
Was that one of your gel print pulls?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, I'm using them to cover the pages.
Better tell it. Now I think I'll stencil on here. I'm working myself into a corner again. And I'm going to use a stencil with some paint. Let's see, where did I put my brown paints?
Gee, notice your box of rubbish made it through customs.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. I love it when my friends send me trash.
That's hilarious. I was wondering, I was like, what does she mean? Like, I don't know what to say. Box of rubbish. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So I need to mix up a mess here. Let's grab some crackle paste. Where is it? Sometimes I put things away and sometimes I don't. In this case, I didn't.
Yeah. I've been a mess. It's weird. It's weird how things come and go in spurts. Like, I've been painting all week. Like, I was trying to use up some palettes while I was organizing, like paint palettes.
Uh-huh.
Because I just had a little bit of gouache in a paint palette like this. And I wanted to empty it out so I could put the paints that Abraham sent me in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally did, but I made a bunch of background papers. I just started painting with it. So I got a bunch of things like this that I can use for collage, or I can tear down. But
Cool.
then I matted it and I was like, oh, that would look so cool framed. like with something in front of it.
I understand that very well. I have a piece of watercolor paper that was in my splat box, and it was just so beautiful. I couldn't part with it.
Yeah.
It looked like it should have been in a frame.
Yes. There's some things you could decoupage, like, or glue them to something more sturdy, and definitely put them in a frame.
Yeah.
Add some collage elements to the front. Oops. Gluing other pages together. So she tore these off, but I don't know. I think... So when I watched her, she tore some of the edges like this off, but I think that I might leave some. She might have done it for bulk purposes.
Oh, maybe.
So maybe I should tear it. I was thinking I would just leave it. Good morning, Jean.
Okay, I gotta go wash this. I'll be right back.
Okay. How are you? And I feel like I only want to use part of this print, so I have some left, because what a waste for some of the stuff you won't see down here. So I think to solve this problem...
I can't keep too much water in here. That'd be dangerous.
Yeah, especially if you let Beep in there and stuff.
Oh, no, Beep never gets to come in here.
No, he doesn't.
No, everything's awesome. It's even Mike can barely come in here. Well, I have organized chaos.
Yes.
And to him, it just looks like chaos.
Right.
So, let that dry for a bit.
I'm hoping Troy is going to come over this weekend and help move. I have a kitchen island that rolls. It's like mobile, and I used to use it in the kitchen, but I don't anymore. So it's kind of been in the corner of my living room with just stuff piling up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a catch-all.
Right. Okay.
So I'm going to move it upstairs and put it in the middle of the floor and use it as a workspace.
Terrific.
And I need more storage space.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully that's going to happen this weekend, so I can start filling it up.
Yes.
Let's see.
Slapping some gesso on this page.
Good morning, Jay. Oh, thank you.
Howdy, Jay. Mike's on the invitation, yes. I mean, he'll come in here to say words to me sometimes, but...
I love how you put that. He'll say words.
I don't know what they are, but he's saying them. that gesso.
Oh, that's what I need to get out, my gesso. That's going to be my solution. Because I was thinking I'd like to leave some pages, just the pages, and not cover them, but cover them.
Yes.
Per se. So use my gesso and do some painting on them. So now, oh, I love that effect. It looks like a page that just has a split in it, but it's really a pocket. It's going to be a
that's
pocket.
Cool. Yeah. Rhonda, I do the exact same thing. Every time I organize in here, I can't find a doggone thing.
Yeah.
Although sometimes when I organize, I find things that distract me.
Well, I've started putting labels on everything because for that reason, the last time I did that big organize, I couldn't find a lot of stuff. And I felt like I was throwing a temper tantrum in the middle of my room because I'm like, where the heck is this?
I can relate so totally.
Oh. So I'm like, that's it. I'm going through all the drawers and I'm just putting big fat labels on the fronts brightly so I can see.
Let me know how that goes.
Well, that's it. I had little mailing labels on the front of some, but I couldn't read them well enough. So I was looking all over and I'm like, oh, it's right here in front of my face, but it just wasn't in my face enough.
Yeah. Okay.
So I need to have them big and bright so I can see what it says on the drawer.
I'm using some oxide spray now because it is more opaque.
Oh, Cordelia, how dare. The assistant director came in and expected her to do some work. How dare them?
Does anybody remember on my live last Thursday night what I was giving away? I could just move all this because I really want to use my heat tool here.
Oh, the labels didn't help you, Jean? Darn it.
I completely understand that totally, Jean. Because I put labels on stuff and then I move stuff around and I don't change the label.
Well, that's what happened to me. I had all the old stuff when I organized. I had a drawer that said foam squares, and when I opened it, it was stencils. And I'm like, what the heck? So that's why, yeah, so I put new labels on stuff. So I was so lost. But I still went to the same drawer without reading the label because I couldn't see, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that's not stencils. It's not foam dots.
I wins. Was it something? Yes, it was something. Oh, Jim, thank you. Because it's the TV set die.
Oh, I thought it was
there.
I thought it was a die. That's why I was like, wasn't it a die?
Oh. Oh, thank God somebody has a good memory. Before we end this stream, I'll run the drawing so that it's live, and then I'll announce it on my community page.
Good job, Jim.
Thanks, Wim.
Hi, Miss Wims.
See, these pages are upside down in the journal, so I have to basically cover them mostly. For these pages, well, this one doesn't really matter, but you won't want to stick to the washi.
Yeah. Miss Wims wants to learn how to do beautiful dirty.
Beautiful dirty.
This is beautiful dirty.
Girl.
Oh. Look how beautiful dirty this is. Oh, I just love it.
Yes. All right, now get my paper towel. No, not well. Yeah, I mean, not really, Jade. There's nothing really new under the sun. That's a bitty penny quote. Well, probably a everybody quote, but let's get out. I just was eyeballing this burning ember mica stain.
I need to invest in the new color. That new color. The last
Scorched
color.
timber?
Yes.
It's a great color.
I really love
really
it.
Super versatile.
I love how it's almost two-tone, like that brown and grayish black.
Yeah.
I've watched people using it, and I love how it like has that color difference.
I can't find mine. It's here. I'm just blind. What other color would I like on here?
I lost
Let's
my
go
pocket.
Merry Mint.
Oh, that's it. Phew. It's nothing worse than getting your paper glued and then losing the page you're putting it on. Ah. Not all dirty are beautiful. Well, it's all perspective.
Yeah, true. Very true.
So now I have a pocket on the outside of my page, and I have my big punch, which I probably should have done before I glued, but that's all right. I'm going to go in.
I guess the main advice I would give if you want to do grunge, dirty, I guess that would be the words for it. Layers and 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 layers.
Yes. Thank you, Jim.
And just trust the process, because sometimes you'll look at it and you'll go, no. And then you'll add that next thing and you go, oh, wow.
Right.
Look at how filthy my embossing gun is. I need to clean that.
Ah, I love that page. I wish I could see it up close. This is why I love the replay, though, and I figure it's beneficial at the same time for me and for both of us.
Yeah. Well, putting the mica on there really bump things up. And even if they mix together and I made brown, they're still good. This is interesting. The paper is bubbling.
Really? Right, Rhonda. That's right.
So you have to imagine next. Imagine next, I've got all this, right? And I decide to do some stamping on here. And I do some really bold stamping. And then I'll cut out some sort of ephemera. And maybe it'll be something really super feminine. I don't always prime with gesso. I did this one mostly because I was just trying to cover the words. No, but this is cool. I love how it's all bubbly. So I'm going to have to let that dry naturally the rest of the way and see what we get. Because I think the paint, the acrylic paint from the roll-offs bubbled. I don't know.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Whatever happened, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I love those happy accidents.
Let's see how we are on this page. Oh yeah, it's got quite a ways to go before it's dry. I got that pretty thick. This is crackle paste, so we really want to let it dry on its own so it'll do its crackle job. Let me, I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing because it's about time to close up.
Yep.
Wonder where everything is. First of all, let me clean up so I can get my keyboard over here. Clean up-ish.
Oh, there it is. Ah. It's another thing. Finding the right mark, especially on gel prints when you're like marking and tearing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, where'd the mark go? And then you see another mark and you're like, oh, that's it. No, that's part of the gel print. Good grief.
Yeah, just go with it. Okay.
Just go with it. That's right.
Okay, let's see here. Here is YouTube.
Oh. You guys keep seeing my brush fall off. The ferrule falls off the handle because this is my decoupage brush. I'm rough on it. And sometimes it sits a little longer in my water bin. So this is why we don't leave our brushes in the water bin.
Right. Okay. Oh, yeah, it was my Trinity Stamps haul video. Okay. Good grief. So sorry if anybody was expecting me to draw last night. I just spaced it.
Thank you. Created by hand. I can't remember your name. I'm sorry. I've seen you around the rooms, though.
I want to go home. I want random comment picker.
Donna. Hi, Donna. Welcome in. Nice to meet you.
YouTube winner for you. Okay. Okay, what have they done to me now?
Oh no.
Okay. It's insane. The video is control. I don't think I'll ever get used to not being able to right mouse click.
My goodness. I'm gonna have to super glue my you're right, Donna. I'm gonna have to super glue my the handle back on.
Well, there were only 12 comments, so.
Really?
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to share my screen. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear me when I do that, but present, share screen, YouTube, share. Okay, I'm going to hit start. And our winner is Lisa Acker.
Oh, yay, Lisa! Congrats. If you're watching this morning.
Yeah, and she may or may not
If
be.
not, you'll see it on the community tab.
Mm-hmm. All right. I created by hand.
Yeah.
So we're just wrapping up. I like to get done within an hour, if at all possible. We may or may not continue working offline, but generally I'm only doing this on Fridays, so my journal is going to take a long, long time. But for all we know, Dawn will be done starting something.
No, I think I might put this aside and just work on it because the other one was that folio, and I think I showed you. I finished that it didn't have a lot. It was like a folio, the flip flop journal. So it was fairly small, so it was easy. I just went through and just stamped, some of the blank pages, and so I didn't really have a lot. See, like I just I stamped on the top because it had a lot of I left a lot of writing space. So I'm considering this done. So I was like, oh, I have to move on. Yeah. And then we did the gel prints last week, so I'm utilizing those in this. So I guess this is my new start. So
right on.
I'll put it aside.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. If you're not subscribed to my channel, all the YouTube thingies, all those thingies with the thumbs up and stuff. Dawn and I really love you to come hang out and have coffee with us, even though my coffee's cold because my stomach. But
mine's kind of cold now, too.
No,
but thank you.
Take care, everyone. See you around the rooms. Hopefully, we'll see you at Craft Roulette tonight.
Happy Friday, TGIF.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep, we're done, Mother. We just go for an hour and then we stop. Gotta live a life here. See ya, guys.